Hello people that in the house today. Today I just want to talk about something that happened. I think it was yesterday. I was going to say today, but it was yesterday. So basically, long story short, and to show people knows that you should pick up after your dog. And long story short, and basically I came around the corner yesterday. Came around the corner in my local village, and when you know somebody, some person, I'm not going to say who he was, but he was there. The dog had a nice surprise on the ground. Let's put it that way. That's the best way to put it in political context. And you know, he just basically walked off, and I know, like, as soon as he turned around, he knew straight away he was dead. Because he had no intention, like I could tell you, no intention of picking it up, no intention. And I asked him 3 times. I told him 3 times, but I asked him nicely once, would you please mind picking that up? And he said no. He said, why are you not doing it? You're in the couch. And I was like, you know, I don't get paid. The rest of them get paid, I don't get paid. And I'm the only person, you know, I have a lot to do. And just to say, I was being honest, I have a lot to do. I haven't got time to be picking up dog feces. And to be honest, if you don't get paid for it, you know, you shouldn't be picking it up in the first place, because it's up to the local authorities to do it. And I asked him the second time, I asked him nicely, but the third time I was like, if you don't do it, I'm going to fine you. And you know, he kind of shot himself, because he said, what proof do you have that it's my dog? And you know, he kind of stumped himself. But the one thing that kind of buggered him altogether was there was a camera right behind him. Yes, a camera was looking straight down on him, and they seen his dog doing it. And also I had 2 witnesses to it. So he was pretty buggered, because they came over and he was saying, I'd take up for you in court, and he kind of had to accept it. Now I was being nice to him. I could have, you know, put him in the bed, like he was giving me a bit of abuse. He did call me a few names, and I could have proceeded to, you know, take it further. I could have took it further if I wanted to. So, you know, I could have. So I'm sure he knows himself. If that was anybody else in the couch, he would have took it very further, and he would have got a bigger fine. He would have got 10,000. He would have had to go to court over it. I just give him a fine on the spot, €3,000 fine. Simple as that, on the spot. Because that's what it is, for on the spot fines for dogs, little one. As I would call it. But you know, I was very generous. I asked him 3 times, and you know, he didn't comply with my demands. And you know, the law is the law, and I have to enforce it, and simple as that. But just to say to people, you know, I don't want to be giving people €3,000 fines every week. Like, I didn't want to. That was my last resource. But he wasn't negotiating. He wasn't going to pick it up. But I made him pick it up in the end. If he wasn't going to pick it up, I was like, going to call the Guards. And I get you on community service for the next 60 years. So if you don't do it, which I would have made him go out every day and do it. So, you know, that's that. But I was being very genuine to him. Like, I treated, like anybody who done it, I would give them 3 chances. If they didn't pick it up, you know, there'd be trouble after that. But yeah, but it was being very generous in the way. But yeah, thankfully it's resolved, and he paid the fine. Paid it straight away, actually. And I don't know where he got the money from, but fair enough. Like, I didn't want to. I even said it to him in the couch, I didn't want to do it. I didn't, like, honest to God, I don't like giving people fines for anything. Like, honest to God, the people have enough to pay for without having me fining them. But you know, the law is the law, and you have to enforce it. And you know, the sad reality is that, you know, he should have learned. You know, when I said it the second time, he should have just said, you know, I'm in trouble. Like, I give them enough warnings. Like, I told him twice. I warned him twice, and then I took out my notebook and, you know, give them the fine, because that's what it is, €3,000. And so, no, I give them an option. And nobody can say they didn't give them an option. And obviously, you know, the law is the law, and we have to enforce it, as I always say. So maybe he might learn his lesson next time he does it. You know what I'm saying? It just might learn his next. Maybe it might stop him from doing it. But anyway, he paid it up anyway. That's the main story. But just to say the long story short, please just, you know, pick up after your dog. It only takes a minute to do it. It only takes less than a minute, even if you have a bag. Like, I wouldn't mind. But you know, we paid loads of money to get bags for dog feces. We put up 2 of them for €40. We spent €40 out of £20 money in putting them up. Like, we could have spent towards flowers, we could have spent towards anything else, but we had to spend towards that. And if people are not going to use them, that's a waste of money. Especially in low, we have, you know, very little resources, to be honest, to work with. You know, and that's a waste of €40. But anyway, stop complaining about money anyway. So yeah, thank you for watching. So basically, just to say, you know, please just be don't be hard on people. People have to pick it up and just, it only takes a second to pick it up and it'll be done. So, thank you for watching, subscribe for more, and bye.